solve them. The second argument goes about the narratives, and that says, okay, if we as a state apply this measure, force the people to do this, already having misconceptions, then we would cause these people to have even more misconceptions and even a more negative approach to this organ donation, which would be bad and would be negative for the people and the state. And the third argument was about the necessity, and that was about how the economical viability, and the economical viability goes around saying, if the state has to take responsibility through the public healthcare system, then it would not be able to do so, because yes, it has a responsibility to take care of its people, but it can do it only in a very limited way with limited resources. And inside those limits is not being able to spend $100 billion on organ transplants. And so, just to make this clear, we are 100% in agreement with the opposite table and the fact that we should strive to save lives. However, what the point that we are not agreeing any moment is that we should make it automatic. In fact, we did mention this, and it is that if we make people agree on the fact that organ donation is necessary and it is something that is better, it's good to do because it saves lives, it's much better than if we force them to do so. Because if we force them, naturally forcing people to do so comes with a prejudice that falls onto the fact that if they already have a negative perspective, then it would mean that they would have an even more negative perspective. This is why, from this debate, the opposition table gets the winning. I thank you all.
The time for the closing statement was 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, now proposition team, please.
Okay. Good afternoon again, jury, moderator, audience, and opposite table. I think we can all agree that organ donation is a very controversial topic. However, it doesn't have to be one if we use the correct sources and reliable sources. Organ donation is an act of solidarity, as I said in the beginning. It is an act of brotherhood as well. Our table has won this debate because the opposite table has used sources that weren't real, also admitted to using weird questions, also said that what their arguments didn't matter or whatever. Okay. They were also using analogies that were totally off the topic, like let's remember the one that they used, using the example with the poor man or the necrophilia, which is totally off the topic and has nothing to do with organ donation. They also mentioned God appealing to fallacies and then telling us that we were using them. And also, the opposite table was using constant gestures that were not necessary for this debate. That is why we think, and our table all agrees that our table has won this debate. Thank you.
The time was 1 minute and 24 seconds. While the judge finishes the evaluation, we ask the audience to please remain silent and with your electronic devices turned off. Debaters, I remind you that the rules and restrictions are still valid. No electronic devices and not talking among you debaters. Okay.